Hi, how are you? Come in. Come on into my YouTube channel. Happy weekend, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a good week and an even better weekend for you guys. Welcome. I am Audrey, and I am the Salty Psychic. I'm an actual real-life psychic medium, and I have a little bit of an attitude problem sometimes, so thanks for checking out this video. Before we get started, please go ahead and hit the like button right away. You're going to like this video. You just know it. And subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers I have, the more people I can reach and help explain why I'm here to help you and to help them. And then you can share this video, you can copy the link, or you can just straight forward it to somebody you know. All right, so lots to talk about today. Lots and lots to talk about. We're going to talk about the hamburger case, Brian Koberger, the Idaho 4. We're going to talk about that case. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Lindsay Clancy case, which is the mother of 3 who killed her 3 children. Do I have to say allegedly, or did the police, has that been determined? I mean, we know she did it. We know she did. All right, well, we'll talk about that after the hamburger case. And then I'll take some comments and questions after that, depending on how much time I've chatted. I'm going to try and make these videos an hour per your request. So I'm here for you guys. And thank you for your questions and comments. You know, this is your channel too. It's not just me. If you're not here, who am I talking to? What am I doing? Who am I helping? Nobody. So you are definitely a part of the channel. Every single one of you is a part of the channel. You can stay hidden. I don't mind. I don't have to know who you are. I can't, you know, a lot of people are scared of YouTube. It's like, do I have to pay? It's free. This is free. You know, there's no information of yours sold or anything like that. Just relax and come in and let's chit chat on some crime/spirit information. So I'm doing things a little bit differently now than I did previously on YouTube. So anyway, we're going to talk about spirit. I'm a psychic. We're going to talk about spirit mixed in with all the different crimes and different situations that come up. All right, I'll shut up and start talking about the crime stuff. I am not going through and editing videos too much, because if you start editing too many times, you have to re-render it, and rendering can take a long time. So I'm trying, you know what, if I fart, I'm sorry. I'm a human being. At least you won't be able to smell it. No, I'm kidding. I've never done that. I've never done that. And that I would cut out. I just would cut that out. I'm sorry. It's gross. All right. Let's talk about the Idaho 4. Why do we have to talk about crime and murders and all these horrible things going on in the world, Audrey? Why can't you just do crafts? Well, I do crafts on my Instagram channel because this is a well-rounded channel and community. If more people can become more aware of what in the world is going on in the world may change. Maybe if more people knew about these things going on, maybe we could do something. Maybe if everyone was conscious and everyone was aware to look out for red flags and not overlook them and stick your head in the sand and, you know, don't say a word. So it's also just human interest. It's part of our protective nature to protect ourselves by finding out information, gathering. Right? We're gatherers. So we're gathering information. Here comes spirit, by the way. It's so weird how they do this. I don't know how my gift works. If you're new here, welcome. I don't know how my gift works very much. I do, but it's just, yeah, it's crazy. And I get distracted a lot because, like, right now I got spirits running around my body and stuff like that. So if I get distracted or if I look a little wackier than usual, I'm probably talking to spirit. So oftentimes when I'm talking to you, I'm listening to you, processing that, but I'm also listening and processing what spirit's doing and telling me and showing me at the same time. I'm multitasking. So that's why we talk about these different crimes. Also, it's an opportunity for me to talk about spirit and how that works. And so you know, basically. So we have the 4 students from Idaho murdered in their home. We've talked about Maddie and Kaylee coming into my presence. I don't know anything about these girls. The only reason I looked up their names because I need to reference them to you so you know who I'm talking about. Kaylee seems to be the more vocal one. If anyone can validate that for me, if you know them or know of them or just have information, Maddie, and I'm looking at her right now, even though Maddie's right here, but I know I'm looking out this way. I don't know why I do this. Maddie's, she's not quiet, but she's more reserved. She allows Kaylee to be the alpha in the friendship, because not that Maddie's not a badass. Kaylee's takes it one step above and basically protects her loved ones. And she's doing it now, and she did it when she was on the planet. I also decided in the last video, I'm not calling death or dying anymore. I'm calling it relocating. I'm calling it relocation, because our bodies die, but our souls and consciousness do not die. So we're relocated. Just imagine that. Does that give anyone any relief? It helps me, because it reminds me I'm still going to be here, and that God or the universe does intend on waking me up somewhere else after this body's done. Okay, so we talked about the girls. They were a little tipsy that night of the murder. Let me just go back over my notes from last video. Someone came in right here. I don't know if her name's Carol, but it's a woman who's passed, and she showed me the number 67. So I'm not sure if she's a relative of the girls. She's a friend of the families of the girls. Somehow she knows these kids, or maybe the parents of the kids who are departed. But number 67, and she showed me the name Carol. Now, Spirit was showing me, Kaylee was showing me previously the letter C. I do not believe that she was referring to this Carol person, no, okay? Again, I'm feeling the C that Kaylee showed me, referencing either CCTV or something else she hasn't shown me yet. And I know they were at the corner club. And I mean, I mull all this information over. So if at any point Spirit makes it more clear to me about the C, I'll let you know. It very well could be the corner club that she's talking about. But see, as I'm talking about it to you, she's not telling me yes or no. So maybe both are wrong. Maybe neither of, it's not the corner club and it's not CCTV. It's like, you know, what's that old game show? It's like you have to keep going, keep saying things that have the letter C in it. Keep going. Okay, now she's saying yes. Okay, full body chills. So this is Spirit's way of saying, yeah, exactly. No, it's not either of those. It's not CCTV. It's not the corner club. Okay, and they're continuing to validate that. Well, then show me what it is. What is it? Tell me what the C is. For God's sake. It's Spirit's timing. I don't understand it. Why can't they just yell it out at me like they did all the other information? I don't know. I wish they would, but it just doesn't work that way. At least for me, it doesn't work that way. It's a puzzle piece. And let me explain to you guys real quick that when I do readings, it's a group effort. You and I become a team. It's not one-sided. I need your validation and sort of your guidance. Sometimes I'll ask for your guidance. I don't always want it, but I might ask for something specific. You can't just sit in a reading and stare at me if you want a good reading. It just doesn't work that way. It's a partnership between you and I. Because when I'm seeing something, I just start going through words. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is that? What is it? What is it? You know, I'm processing stuff so fast, and sometimes I can't even write it down fast enough to remember it. So in a reading, I write everything down, and it may not make any sense to anyone at the time. So my point is, right now, while I'm here, I'm channeling spirit right now while I'm filming this. Okay. Now, last video, I made a comment about a second knife. There's a second knife. I said one knife is in Idaho, the other knife is between Idaho and Pennsylvania, somewhere in the middle of America, somewhere locked up where it can be retrieved later. Again, these are allegations. These are my personal opinions. This is my opinion as a psychic medium. These are not facts. This is not a fact channel, okay? I'm sorry, you guys. You know I have to tell the new people this because I don't want to hear it. Now, Spirit continues to show me. This is the main reason I'm doing the video today, because Spirit won't leave me alone. I got to get this out there. The second, I'm calling it the second knife. It's the smaller of the two knives. The second knife, let me see. It's about, with the handle and the knife, it's, I would say about this. So it looks a little different in camera as in person. That maybe 6 inches or so. I'm not sure, maybe about 6 inches. It's a foldable knife. What's that called? Is that a jackknife? I don't know, but it folds in half. And the handle itself looks brown, and I'm having a moment. Hold on a second. Oh my God, full body chill. So what Spirit's telling me right now, when I said a brown knife, which I've been hearing for a couple of days about the brown knife, this new thought never came to me until right this moment. This knife goes with the guy that was over here behind me. Remember this guy who was here, this ghost that was here behind me wearing brown? It feels military to me. Who wears brown? Is that Army? I think Army wears brown. Could this second knife be from this guy, this spirit? He's not here at the very moment, but the guy who was here wearing brown, top and bottom, it looks Army. You know, the brown short sleeve t-shirt and then the brown camouflage pants. And I feel like that knife matches him. So is Spirit trying to tell me, and you guys can help me right now, right here, throw out your thoughts. This is how stuff gets figured out. This is kind of like how I do in a reading. Help me out here. I'm hearing the word issued, like this was an issued knife. Was this knife from this man given to Hamburger. It's a special knife. There's something up with that little knife. There is. Mark my words. And I know I can't say for a fact, but I know for a fact that second knife is out there hidden. And I feel like it's the second knife that is hidden between Idaho and Pennsylvania. Interesting. Again, why do we care? We need the knife. We need the DNA off it. We need it for reasons we may not even know. Maybe only the law enforcement knows, or FBI or whoever. Maybe they know why they need it. Obviously, we need the murder weapon in a murder case. Or in this case, 2 weapons, I believe. Now that may change. That may change in a week. Maybe Spirit's going to come in a couple weeks and go, hey, here's some rope. I forgot to tell you, or I chose not to tell you about some rope, but there was rope. So right now it's 2 knives, okay? So you have to be fluid. You have to be open to the process. It is a process. It's messy and there's garbage all around right now. It's a process, but it works. All right, what else did I want to say about that? Like, I'm not cutting this part out of the video. You're just going to have to hang on for 30 seconds or whatever this is. I'm sorry. Oh, the lake house. Yes. I mentioned the lake house. The girls, Kaylee showed me a lake house. And I was trying to describe the fencing around the house. It's on 2 sides, patio, railing. It's not a fence, it's railing. So the railing is, up to here or whatever. It's not 6 feet tall. It's way down here, like 4 feet tall or whatever. And the top of the railing is wide. And I mentioned before, like maybe wide enough for you to put a plate of food on or a beverage while you're standing outside looking over the lake. And like I said, Idaho does have some lakes, and I apologize. I don't have my comments open right now, but someone did mention the Coeur d'Alene Lake, which I've been on. It's beautiful. I've been there on that lake in a boat. Yeah, it's a beautiful, serene, quiet area. It's a shame if the lake saw any of this crime and this negative stuff happening on the earth. You don't think the lake and the trees get sad? They do. Again, everything's projected outwards from the source all around the universe. All right. Oh, I forgot. I meant to do this first, so sorry. Let me tell you something real quick, and then we're going to get into the Lindsay. Is it Lindsay? Lindsay Clancy information. So my husband watched my video, as he does. He said I told the story totally wrong about his uncle dying. He's like, well, just so you know, you did it wrong. Oh, okay. Well, let me explain it again. My husband's uncle was actively dying a few days ago. I never met him. He was estranged from the family. And my husband got a call from his aunt saying, Uncle is in hospice, blah, blah, blah. And pretty much immediately I connected with his energy. Even though he's alive, I can still connect with living people. And I got him over here on this side. I'm kind of watching him. But then over here, I get a woman and a black dog. So I told my husband, I I said, I'm getting information from Spirit. Did he have a dog, a black dog? He goes, he had a dog. I don't know. I said, black, a black dog, black. He's like, I don't know. I'll text my mom and ask her, or my aunt and ask her. And I said, okay. I said, but there's also a woman. I don't know if this is his grandmother or his mother. I described what the woman looked like. And my husband's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's so-and-so or so-and-so. So, my husband mentions this to his mom. The mom, my mother-in-law, sends a photo of a few pictures, actually, I think it was, of the black dog named Blackie. This man's dog, uncle's dog, the black dog that I saw there, he did have a dog, and the dog's name was Blackie. And the woman is his mother. And my husband then texted his aunt, who was there in hospice with the uncle. And my husband relays this information to her, and she's like, oh my God, stop. He just called out for his mother. And he's pointing like, mom. Like, yeah, so those are some tidbits I left out. Sorry. Anyway, it's cool. It's cool when it connects like that. Why? Because, okay, why is that important? Because, okay, here comes Spirit. This guy has strong energy, by the way, this uncle. Why is this important? Because it reminds us that we're just relocating. We're not dying, we're relocating. And mom's there to get him with the dog. That's it. Death is hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to handle. It's hard to handle long term. It's awful. But if I can give you any relief to allow you to exhale until you see your loved one again, because I want you to live your life. I don't want you burdened with, the depression and the angst and the pain of your loved one's death. All right, let's talk about this Lindsay. I don't even know what state this was in, this Lindsay Clancy. So Lindsay Clancy, I'll put a picture of her right here. 3 kids and a husband. She's an RN and was an RN. And again, I'm not sure if I have to say allegedly, but I think we all know she did kill her 3 kids, and then she jumped out of the second story. Well, aside from all of that, what appears to be happening now in this case is they're trying to figure out if it was premeditated or not. Does it matter in this particular case if it was premeditated? She is now a quadriplegic. She has movement from her belly button up. She survived the fall, 20 feet. Some people say she should have survived a 20-foot drop. I mean, she did survive it, but, she's disabled. But okay, what is your point? She should have landed on her feet, or she should not have had such a back injury because she landed on her. I don't know. And I don't. Did she slit her wrists? Because there was upstairs. There was blood on the floor near a mirror. I'm throwing it out there. Now, I generally don't say, hey, dead people who were murdered, come sit down and talk to me, especially when it comes to children who've passed. It's very hard for me. It's very hard. And I haven't interacted with the children. And you may say, Audrey, they're babies. One of them was 8 months old. How are they going to be able to tell you anything? Well, this 8-month-old can talk to me just like Carol over here, who was an older woman. Exactly the same, no different. Just like the dog who passed. That dog can talk to me just like Carol, I'm just like the babies. It's the same exact. I'm getting information right now. Who has, someone's yelling out. I have an accent. I have an accent. Is that you, Carol? You have an accent? Someone's yelling out, I have an accent. I can talk, but I have an accent. I don't know if that has anything to do with what I'm talking about at all, but there it is for you guys. Throwing it out there. So, yeah, I'm not asking for the kids to come in. I could. There's nothing wrong with asking. It's kind of what I'm doing right now when I'm stalling. I'm trying to see if they want to come in. It's interesting because sometimes when kids are taken, there's sometimes some fear right afterwards. They don't cross right over, and they're kind of hanging out, and they're not sure where to go. So if these babies aren't sure where to go, it's very possible they are showing their presence to a family member or someone who would feel them there, and then that person needs to light a candle and tell them it's okay to go. And I know I'm totally all over the place today. Again, it's spirit. If you could see my head inside right now, I'm spinning like a top on the inside. What was I going to say? I'm going to tell you something, but what was my point in telling you this next thing? I don't remember. Well, I'll just start telling you what Spirit told me this morning. And I don't know who it was. So whoever the spirit was who was talking to me, they said, make sure you tell people, like, just because we're dead doesn't mean we're running around going, ooh. We don't do that. That's what Spirit's telling me. And Spirit doesn't hang out at the burial cemeteries. They don't just hang out there and scare people at night or whatever. Why was I supposed to tell you that? Whoever told me that, tell me why I'm supposed to say that. I thought it was funny. They're like, yeah, I think it was a guy. He's like, oh, yeah, we're not just hanging out, trying to scare people. I'm sorry. All right, so with Lindsay, had been diagnosed with mental health issues, postpartum depression, psychosis. If that's true, that was me, sorry, knocking. If that's true, if all these reports of her mental health being that serious, and they let her stay home with the kids and go to work, if she was diagnosed with something so severe, I think she should have been in a facility for a little bit. It doesn't mean you're nuts. It doesn't mean you're going to live there for the rest of your life, but your brain needs a break. Sometimes your brain just needs a rest. And if it was postpartum related, yeah, it was, however long after she had the baby, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes I feel like I have postpartum depression. And my youngest one is 20 years old. Sometimes I deal with things from when my daughter was born, and she's almost 30. And I'm laughing because people don't get this. Men don't get this. Men don't understand women. I'm just saying, I'm not a man hater, but I'm telling you. And people don't get mental health. They don't understand it. And just because you've never had it up to this point doesn't mean you won't have it at some point. I'm not trying to scare you, but maybe this is something everyone needs to be more educated on, so that when things happen with someone and they are debating whether to put somebody in a clinic for a week or two, we We have to start taking mental health seriously. I know most of you guys do because you're part of my channel. Now, I saw a quick clip of the court meeting where Lindsay was on video, on Zoom call there. And of course, everyone's analyzing her. It was just like her face, and she had on a mask, and, you know, and they're like, she blinked or she didn't blink or whatever. You know, it's like, that's funny. Blinking doesn't mean she's guilty of something, and not blinking doesn't mean she's guilty of something. So I think people are really reaching right now for information that we don't need to know. It's not important, because what they're saying, they're trying to figure out, prosecution's trying to say it was premeditated. Okay, why does it matter at this point if it was premeditated? She's killed 3 people, allegedly. She's going to be punished for it. But do you don't think that someone in psychosis, a true episode, could premeditate? They can. You can be in psychosis for more than an instant, for more than an hour. You could be running around the world for a day or two in an episode, completely out of your head, out of your body, not in touch with reality at all. So what they're saying, if she planned it, her punishment should be more severe. I don't agree with that, because how are you gonna, it was clear, how do I explain this? She's gonna go to jail for the rest of her life, as she should. Or if not in the jail, she will be, she can't walk, she can't do anything, pretty much, right? So she's going to be trapped in that body, not being able to be free for the rest of her life. I'm not trying to say she should get off. I'm not saying she shouldn't be punished. She has to be punished. But if she, I'm kind of looking into her mind right now as I'm talking to you, because people are saying, well, when she woke up in the hospital, she's like, the first thing she said was, do I need a lawyer? So she's presumed guilty and presumed that, and we're presuming that it was planned, it was premeditated. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. I mean, if her husband had any inkling whatsoever, why would he leave the kids? And he would probably say, well, I didn't know. She seemed fine. She had a good day. Everything was going well. It's too risky. It's just too risky to leave someone who's in a mental state, as she was and probably is still. It's like I talked about the mind of a murderer. Just like the mind of a murderer, somebody in the psychosis state or severe mental illness, it's not going to make sense to us. But I'll tell you, when you're in the middle of it, it makes perfect freaking sense. So, you know, what are we saying? Is this a medical condition? Well, kind of. I mean, but she still has to be charged. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. You know, they're saying, well, she looked up on Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever. She was looking up stuff. You know, she may have thought she was doing her kids a favor, and that's awful to think about. But that's how mental illness works sometimes. That's her illness. She shouldn't have children around her. But how many times have we seen things like this happen? Oh, he was such a great neighbor. He always waved, was always smiling. Yeah, then he went and killed his whole family. How many times do we hear that? All the time. So when somebody has mental illness, you better take it seriously. It's terrible. And it's terrible we don't take care of our people here. And it's so hard to get mental health help. And it's so stigmatized. Is that a word? Stigmatized? Yeah. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to talk about right now with Lindsay Clancy. I'm sure Spirit will continue to bring up things about that. I would like for Spirit, I'm putting in a request, I would like Spirit to show me more. I would like, not necessarily the act of what Lindsay did, but more of her mind, her thoughts and processing. What did she think she was doing? Did she know what she was doing? Did she feel like she was somebody else while she was doing this? Why did she jump out of the window? You know, I would like for Spirit to come in and give me some of, okay, here comes Spirit. But I doubt they're going to give me that right now. It's not instant. I'm just pausing for a moment to see. But I would like Spirit to come in and give me some inside information about her thought process. All right, I'm going to go onto YouTube and look at my comments. See what you guys are up to on my channel. Gosh, I always see these videos and I click watch later, watch later, watch later. There's so many videos to watch and not enough darn time. All right, so let me go over here, YouTube Studio. And go down to comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys. Please. Have you seen the 1,000 Pound Sisters on TV? I love them. They have a YouTube channel. But they're real funny. I think they live in Kentucky. They're just hilarious. They both had not gastric bypass. Is that what it's called? Bariatric surgery. But they have a YouTube channel. They don't say subscribe. They say subscribe. Subscribe. Girls, if you want a real psychic reading, let me know. Okay. Kayali says, thank you, Audrey, for talking about this. I pray for them often. And that's regarding the Idaho 4. Thank you. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. Beachy D says, oh my God, Audrey, hello from East Coast Canada. I'm so excited to see you're back. I hope you are well. Thank you for reading on this very sad case. It was gut-wrenching. Just subscribed. Happy to be here. Thank you. That's from Beachy D. Thank you. And again, she's talking about the Idaho 4. And then Pippadol says, there is no UK national nursery rhyme. Yeah, you know, that was an interesting... Pippadol's talking about a story I told about me and Diana. And I told Diana, look, I need some freaking confirmation from you. I need some validation that what you're telling me is real before I call this phone number you gave me, Diana, Princess Diana. Because Diana had, it's weird how this works, but she had played for me a nursery rhyme. And this was on my lunch hour when I was going for a walk. I used to walk for an hour. And so I'm having this long, deep conversation with Diana the entire hour. And then when I got back, all these weird things started happening. Like this old man showing up in, I think it was a furniture truck. I think he brought rugs and stuff to the school. I worked at a school, and the van was like UK British, all this with a crown and all this stuff. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Is this the company? I've never seen this company before. And the guy was British, actually. He had an accent and everything. So he started quizzing me. He's like, what are the 3 different flags of Union Jack? So I explained to him about that. And then Diana had told me about a nursery rhyme. And he asked me about a nursery rhyme. What's the favorite nursery rhyme? What's the nursery rhyme that all the mothers love to sing to their kids or tell their kids? And I knew what it was. I've forgotten it right now. Otherwise, I would say it to you. But it was, apparently Diana would tell the boys say this nursery rhyme to the boys. National, I don't know. But Diana, to me, is national. So if Diana did it, then that's that's national to me. But yeah, I don't think there's an actual national nursery rhyme. But anyway. Okay. Let's see. Jamie Lee recommended to me a Toyota Highlander. All right. KG says Princess Diana was a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, I think we talked about that. I'm just going through your guys' comments. Mm-hmm. Scout Inquirer says, greetings and love from New York. Hello, lovely lady, and welcome back. I know a lot of us have truly missed your sparkling smile and personality. I was so excited to see that you were back on social media. I have been commenting on your Instagram. It's so awesome to wake up and have a coffee like today with you and your videos to always brighten my day. I'm so excited that you will be live streaming soon. You asked if we could be there for you. Well, I can definitely answer that yes, in a New York second. Thank you. Oh my God, stop it. There's someone driving a car and they have a baby on their lap. That's the baby honking. Oh God. Not cool. Not cool at all. And they're Asian. I will keep my funny thoughts to myself on that. Ooh, yikes. That was terrifying. All right, let's see. Beach Girl says, Ethan and Zaina were not at the Corner Club. They were at the Sigma Chi fraternity house. Okay. Let's see. Fibro Warrior says, hi, Audrey. What happened to the Middleton kids? I missed that. I followed you for a very long time before you left YouTube. And as soon as I saw you were back, I subbed right away. Sending peace and love from the UK. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a heart. Yeah, so what I was mentioning about the Middletons that Spirit showed me, I don't like getting bad news. And it's like, why are you giving me bad news? What am I supposed to do with this information? Who's it going to help? What does it matter? But if I feel led by Spirit to share it with you, then I'm going to do so. I mean, Diana says things I'm like, I don't want to, no, thanks. I don't want to say this or that. Or she'll push me to say something or tell me specifically, don't talk about that to people. So the Middletons, I was shown by Spirit purposefully and... what's the adjective I'm looking for? Or is that a verb? They basically raised their children, the girls primarily, to hook up, find a rich man. And since Catherine is William's age, you got to go for him. Mom really pushed her helped her. This is new information coming in right now. Oh, this is, see, I hate people like this. I hate people like this, the Middletons, when they do like this. So Spirit right now is literally showing me for the first time Mrs. Middleton doing things, trying to connect Kate up with William, like, he's going to be here tonight, so, he's going to be there tonight, so make sure you go out there by this time, make sure you're there, and then he's going to be there with this person, that person, whatever. So Mama's in the background trying to assist Catherine. And I'm just being told Mama Middleton is the one who made Catherine do that. Well, it's not stupid, but the modeling thing with the sheer outfit on. Is Mrs. Middleton any different than the freaking Kardashians at this point? Spirit, I'm asking you, Spirit. She's just much, much quieter about it. What a shame. This all goes back to, why do you want to, you're not them, Mrs. Middleton. You're not marrying the prince. You're not living Catherine's life. You're barely wanted even into the family. Catherine's welcome to the family, but not so much everyone else. I don't like that. I don't like that, but I don't know why Spirit's telling me that either. I get nervous because it's like, oh God, what's next? Spirit keeps releasing little bits of information. Again, I have to say in my disclaimer, this is all alleged. This is just entertainment. This is just me as a psychic medium giving you my opinions. Although I 100% believe in my gift and what I'm telling you is true. I'm honest with you. If I'm not 100% sure, I'm going to say, look, I'm not 100% sure. What do we have here? It's like Sydney, who's a part of the channel here. Sydney told me in the comments about, I had a question I put out there as a psychic, like, I don't even know what this is called. What do I do with this? What does this mean? And she's like, oh yeah, I saw another psychic do it. And this is what she called it. And this is what she said. Yes, that's exactly me. I've never heard anyone else talk about it before. But that was one of the biggest gifts of my life from Sydney. It's you guys interacting with me and with each other. And this is all, yes, I guess it's entertaining because I'm weird, but truly, truly, my message is for hope. That you know your loved ones are still with you. You may not feel their presence, but that's okay. Not everyone does. Not everyone gets the chills. There's a lot of hesitation you may not even know that you have because you're afraid. Like me, I'm scared. I don't like seeing things move and stuff. And let me tell you, I've had some yikes moments. So there's some walls of barriers put up because people are like, well, I wish I could hear from them, but oh my God, if I saw a ghost or something, I can't deal with that. It's going to upset me. Rightly so. It's like my husband's uncle being here after he died the other day and turning on our lights in the hallway. And I know it was him. And he was here yesterday too. And my husband was out most of the day. I got nervous. I get nervous. And I know I saw somebody in my house. And I kept smelling cigarettes. And I haven't told my husband yet. Baby, I love you. I smelled cigarettes. Most of yesterday. Did Uncle smoke? Yeah, so that was weird. But anyway. All right, so I guess that's all I'm doing today. Looking at my notes and notes and notes over here. I'm hoping that justice is served in all these murder cases. But remember to not, and this is me reminding myself as well, because I get angry and I have high blood pressure now, because I get upset that people are murdered, especially women, children, that these crimes we shouldn't revolve our lives around these crimes. So I'm giving you the information, but you know what I've said. And you're welcome, of course, to go look in other YouTube channels or Google stuff. I don't care about that. But what I'm saying is don't obsess over these things, because really it could affect you in a negative way, like it did me. Because these are negative things, and the negativity is heavy, and it kind of just gets in you and sinks to the bottom, and then it just builds up, and then before you know it, you're depressed or fearful. And it's easy to be fearful when we start hearing about these crimes and stuff. And yes, lock your doors. Like I said, I lock my doors 24/7. And it's not because I live in a bad neighborhood. Even in Vermont, when there's no people around, I still keep my doors locked. Are you kidding me? Lock your doors. So many people are, I don't want to say gullible or naive. Well, I guess it is naive. If you think if you live in a small town or a village or a compound, I don't know. You don't know people the way you think you do. How many murder cases does it take for us to understand and know that? But just be safe. Just keep your doors locked. Not a problem. So that's it for now. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here today. I know it was kind of a wild ride today. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe right now, and then share this video on social media. You can copy the link, or you can forward it straight over somewhere. So thank you so much, you guys. Have an amazing weekend. I'll be back soon, and we'll chat then.